Hello everyone, firstly. It's not often that I feel a bit nervous talking in public, but this is one such occasion. But yeah, it's lovely to be here finally, and very proud day for not just the two of us, but everyone involved in 180. And thank you so much for all of you for showing the support, as Abhishek mentioned already, and hopefully grow on into bigger things from here.
All right, so I will have a very short chat with you before we get others in. First question that a lot of people ask, why Agilitas?
Well, one thing that helped was I knew you from before, so I wouldn't just jump into something unknown. So Abhishek, I of course met him during our Puma days. The first time he met me to sign me on with Puma. Also a discussion that was quite different for that time, because there were understandably 2-3 other offers on the table from supposedly bigger brands at the time. But what he wanted to build in terms of the brand that he was heading resonated with me quite a lot. So I decided to get on to this, what was it, like a 8-year journey or something. That so we signed a deal for 8 years and got to know him quite well through that period of time, and also his openness to kind of accommodate everything that I was asking for, even to eventually build something which was personalized, I would say, not from scratch, but a bit more personalized. This is quite different. So yeah, of course the trust factor runs in from that time, and then just the opportunity to realize a dream of mine, which was to do thing in terms of building a sports brand while I was still playing, was something that I always thought of. I did not want to leave it too late, too far at the end of my career, and I was just waiting for the right opportunity. And then you brought up this idea that you were wanting to start something new, and when you explained to me the ecosystem behind the vision, the dream, and just the opportunity, as I said, to create everything from scratch, and it's literally a representation of what we want, that people are going to be able to experience firsthand. Everything just aligned for me in the right way to say, okay, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to do, and of course exactly what you had in mind as well. And as they say, there's a right time for everything in life to take place, and I think all these factors were the reasons why I said, let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
And structure everything in terms of our partnership, and then of course the clarity of what we want to present to the consumer and what my involvement is from that perspective, the technology, the details of materials, the designing. I've never put in so much effort behind any of my associations in the past, and understandably so, because as I said, this is not just any other deal, this is a vision that I feel very strongly and dearly about, and as you rightly mentioned, it has to outlast all of us, all of our identities more importantly, and become a part of people's lifestyle. That's the aspiration, and for that you need honest effort, for that you need the right intent, because it cannot be just putting a product on the shelf and expecting people to just buy it. The investment you provide into making every product is felt by the consumer. That's how you create the recall of any business, I guess. So I've been way more involved, I'd say, involved with everything, most of the times unwillingly, because you do take a lot of my time for meetings, something that I'm not used to. As soon as I get a Zoom link from you, I start panicking. I'm like, he says 30 minutes and it's going to be 1 hour 45 minutes, which I probably mute 40 minutes off, because I just can't be bothered. They're talking among themselves. So I'm like, just give me the compressed package at the end. I can't be bothered with so much detail. But in terms of my involvement, my intention, I've been very, very happy to provide my inputs. Anything that I like, as you know, I send it across to you guys. Anything that I think of, putting myself in the consumer's shoe and think, what would I want to wear? That's been the effort to eventually get to this point. So yeah, it's been way more than just being associated in terms of just a deal.
Yeah. Well, money will be made. It's a question whether you will make it today or you will build something which has financial outcomes. So that's what we are building. Like any great businesses have to have financial outcomes. So money will come, right? Whether it is for us or anyone, if we build a great business. So Virat wanted to be a builder. I wanted to be a builder. I didn't want to loan myself to a global company. I guess the same with him.
Fantastic.
I have been doing the answering, I think.
Yeah, no, now.
You want me to? Okay.
No, Virat, I'll ask you a question.
I mean, I'd probably say that my experience through sport has been, money has always been a byproduct.
Yeah.
If I can't commit myself on the field every time that I play, risking myself every time that I play, it's not worth it, even at every practice session. So it's the work that you become passionate about and not what's going to come back to you at the end of the whole cycle. That will be taken care of. It's almost like you don't even focus on it. So as we said, this is very dear to us in terms of vision. Of course, you want to be smart about it. But if that is the only goal you have, then you can't create. You will not be able to create with good intention. That's my experience.
Thank you. So now, if you have to increase profitability, Virat, will you have to return to Test cricket?
I'd rather undersell. Okay. I'm done with it. Thank you.
I have this question, right? We all have seen Virat on the field.
Leaving my previous organization before my bosses did. So he knew that, and I can tell you one anecdote, right? Binwant, who's now leading sports marketing for Agilitas, he actually reached out to Virat for a farewell note that Puma would play on their My Farewell. And I was meeting Virat and he said, "Kya bolu? Farewell bolu ki welcome bolu?" Remember that? So yeah, so he knew about it and I had reached out.
9230, that's the price of the shoe, very specific number. How did you get to that number?
You know, as much as we can call ourselves sharp marketing brains, truth is we are not. You would be surprised. Somebody else put it out there on social media. Just have a team which listens. The team picked it up, came up with the idea, and we just went with it. It was not our idea. Somebody put it somewhere, and we picked it.
So now, if you have to increase profitability, Virat, will you have to return to Test cricket?
I'd rather undersell. Okay. I'm done with it. Thank you.
I have this question, right? We all have seen Virat on the field. What happens when he usually takes like somebody else takes a wicket? Virat is running from one end of the ground to the other end of the ground. He's jumping onto the bowler. There's a whole lot of drama that happens. What is he like inside the four walls of an office?
To me,
Does he jump on you as well? What happens?
guys, you have Virat Kohli on stage. You have everyone wanting to listen to him. Why
I
do you ask?
question that to both of you.
Okay.
It's just that you're in Virat.
Okay.
Do you jump on him in the office?
What happens when you get too much of something? He sees me too much. That's why. No, of course not. I mean, Abhishek's not helping me win a game. It's a slow process. So I can wait till the time I jump on him like you do it now. No, it's look, we're doing things at our own pace. So there's no desperation of any sort, and every idea is welcomed with an open mind. And even if something can't be done, like they're very honest about it. Like it has to make sense from both sides, and we go ahead and execute. So yeah, very different from on the field.
Virat, do you have a cricket anecdote where everybody thought something was done, but you said no, it's never done? Do you have a cricketing anecdote or a cricketing story?
I've had a few experiences through my career like that. There's almost I'm not sitting here and claiming any of this. I'm made this way. I almost crave situations when people feel like it's gone and then somehow you can manage to pull the game back. That's just how I look at the situations from a very young age, and I've never stopped believing, like right till the very end, that the game is lost or we can't win. And some magical things have happened. One incident for me that will always stand out is that game against Pakistan in Melbourne, where I was told later our chances of winning the game was like 3% or something. But I never thought like that. Even 1% is enough. If there is a chance, there is a chance. So you're never really done until you lose the game.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Fantastic.